Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and today I'm doing the reread, rewrite, burn tag. So I'm sure a lot of you will have seen other people on BookTube do this, but what happens is you get a little mug or just a holder and fill it full of slips of paper with different book names on. You pull 3 out at a time and then you say whether you would reread the book, rewrite the book, or burn the book. And obviously if you pick out a favourite set of 3 you don't want to burn. So that's kind of the whole premise behind this. I'm sticking with my TBR shelves just so that I know what's happening with the books. I haven't reassembled my shelves since filming 4 days ago. So they're a bit of a mess and I have to get them off of the piles that I've made from filming a few days ago. But I'm going to go ahead. They're all different sizes because the piece of paper I used was like a weird shape. So here's number 1, The Girl in the Blue Coat. Number 2 is The Eye of the North. And number 3 is After Anna. So I only actually have Okay, so I only actually have 1 physical copy of any of the books I pulled out there. However, I've recently reorganised my shelves and I don't know where I put it. So we're going to go without it. I will pop the covers up around here, or maybe somewhere else if it works better. Somewhere around the screen I'll pop the covers up. So, oh god, I really liked all of these. I think I'm going to, oh this is so difficult. I gave all of these 4 or 5 stars, all of them. I think I would rewrite The Girl in the Blue Coat because I didn't have quite enough emotional investment in the story. Okay, I know exactly how I'm going to do this. No shade to either of the authors. I'm going to burn After Anna because it's a thriller and thrillers don't have the same kick if you reread them the second time, and I'll reread The Eye of the North. That's how I'm going to do it. That was difficult. That's the whole point of this. Okay. Round 2. The exact opposite of OK. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is the only Harry Potter book I put in here. Cold Bath Street. Okay. I am going to burn
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
I love the whole series, but for some reason that was my least favourite. It always has been. It's always been my least favourite, both in the books and in the movies. Yeah, I'm gonna burn that one. Oh my god, I'm burning a Harry Potter book. I love Harry Potter. I'm going to rewrite Cold Bath Street. What would I do? I'm going to reread The Exact Opposite of OK by Laura Stephen. It's an absolutely amazing contemporary. It's so important, such an important read. It follows a girl who is the victim of revenge porn, and the author's actually from the UK. She's near the area that I live in. However, she couldn't set it in the UK because we have laws against this. We have very strict laws against this, and it would have been a courtroom drama, and that's not the vision that she had for it. So she ended up setting it in the US because the US doesn't have as stringent laws against revenge porn, which is sad. I know some states do, but not all states, and it's a really interesting look at that. There's also a look into racism with the main character's best friend, and it's not done as like, oh look, I'm progressive. It's done so well. It's like the natural progression of things. And I would put this in a similar sort of bracket of like intense contemporary that's going to change people as The Hate U Give. I genuinely would. It's such a good book. Cold Bath Street by AJ Hartley. It's set in the city that I lived in for university, and it's like a ghost story. What could I change? I gave it 5 stars. I think I'd make him wait longer and work harder for the end. That's all I'll say so I don't spoil it, but I think that's what I would do. Although that just could be because I read it really quickly, but it felt like it concluded quite quickly. So yes, I'd make the book longer. There we go. Round 3. Book number 1, Ink. Book number 2, House of Silk. And book number 3, A Place Called Perfect. I like all of these. God, this is going to be difficult. I gave all of these such good scores, like 4 or 5 for all of them. Okay, this was a 5-star read. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. And I can't remember whether this was 4 or 5 stars. Same with this, but it was at least 4 if not 5. I'm going to rewrite Ink. What am I going to do to it? I'm going to make it darker. I think this could have done really well as a darker novel. So I'm going to rewrite Ink. I'm going to reread A Place Called Perfect and burn House of Silk. Which, this is a lot harder than I thought. I always thought, like in the videos I watched, I always thought people were exaggerating. This is really difficult. My excuse for burning one of my favourite books is that there are other Sherlock Holmes books written by other people and also by Arthur Conan Doyle. So losing one isn't as much of a tragedy. Oh, I love that book. Okay. I'm getting loads of good ones. I didn't put enough bad books in it. If I find Othello. Oh, oh. That Old Black Magic. City of Bones. Oh, I've picked out 2. But the one on top was Holes. So I'll put the cover for that Old Black Magic by Cathy Unsworth somewhere on the screen. And this is Holes and City of Bones. I think I gave all of them 4 stars. Yeah. Whew. I'll reread Holes. See, both of them could be rewritten. I'm going to burn this. I'm going to rewrite that Old Black Magic. There were just some bits that felt overdone and like the author was trying a little too hard. Okay, no, I'm going to burn that Old Black Magic. I loved it. But I have to pick. And I'm going to rewrite City of Bones because personally for me, the writing in this is atrocious. I really enjoyed the book. I sped through it, but this goes in with like Stephanie Meyer's style of writing, like Twilight style writing. No shade to Cassandra Clare. If that's what she was aiming for, then she did it perfectly. But this, I would have preferred it a lot more when I was like 12 to 15, so I want to rewrite it for today's audience. Round 5. Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Small Steps by Louis Sacco. And Cross Her Heart by Sarah Pinborough. I gave this 3 stars. I gave Scythe 5 stars and I gave Cross Her Heart 5 stars. So I'm burning Small Steps. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not anything special, which sounds really mean. Holes is like a really heart-touching book. It makes you think and it's so like dynamic, and Small Steps is interesting, but it's just an interesting contemporary, like it's nothing special. Scythe and Cross Her Heart. Cross Her Heart I'm going to rewrite. Scythe is going to be kept as it is, and Cross Her Heart I'm going to make the beginning faster paced. At the beginning I thought I was going to give the book 2-3 stars. It was really slow, but then it massively picked up by the end, and I would speed up the beginning just to make it a bit faster and keep the audience a bit more engaged. That's what I would do. Round 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, round 6. The Hazelwood, The Bells, Queendom of the Seven Lakes.
Oh God, they're all fantasy as well. Okay.
I'm gonna have to burn the Hazelwood just because I can't burn either of the other 2. If something else had been picked out, like if one of these was different, then I would have rewritten the Hazelwood because I don't like the ending. It was 5-star until that ending. It just seemed like a cop-out. But I have to burn it because I can't burn these 2. Queendom of the Seven Lakes is beautiful, and so is The Bells. Okay, I can't rewrite The Bells. So, Danielle Clayton, you are being reread. Queendom of the Seven Lakes. For Queendom of the Seven Lakes, I would rewrite more dialogue for Elenai and Gideon. I just want them to chat more because I liked reading them talking and their interactions. I also wouldn't mind deeper training montages, for want of a better word. She kind of teaches him a little bit how to handle a weapon, and I wouldn't mind seeing that in a bit more depth. I quite like my violence I'm discovering. Round 7. Hit Squad. Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. Okay, gonna burn Hit Squad. I did really like it, but actually I'm gonna burn Wayfarer. Again, if it had been a different selection of books, I would have rewritten it. For me, I love the characters. I'm so in love with them. Etta and Nicholas. I love them, but the books are so slow. And that's not necessarily a bad thing in like the scheme of things in the world, but for me, I like faster paced books. The fact that it managed to keep me engaged and keep me caring about the characters through a slow book really says something about Alexandra Bracken's writing, but for me, I like my books faster. And especially something with so much action, there was just long waits in between. If I could rewrite it, I would, but it's being burnt. I'm going to reread Hit Squad. I think she did it really, really well. It's the ending of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the ending of a 6-book series, and I think she handled it really, really well. Everything was all concluded well, whilst also leaving it open for more stories to be written in the future. So that means I have to rewrite The Girl with All the Gifts. I want more science in it. I hated Helen Cardew. I hated her. But I want to know more of the kind of sciencey side behind it. Not necessarily on the level of The Martian, that's like so scientific, but just slightly more sciencey as to how it happens, how these second generation Hungries have developed in the way that they have. This is round 8. Skullduggery Pleasant, one of my favourites. That's by Derek Landy. The Time Travel Handbook by, who is it? Wiley, Acton and Goldblatt. It's over there. The Fifth Wave. Oh, balls. Right. I'm going to reread the Time Travel Handbook. It is, as far as I can tell from my limited knowledge, pretty historically accurate, and the way that they've done it, nothing else could be done to it. And I'm going to rewrite Skullduggery Pleasant. I'm aware they're kids' books. I don't care. I'm going to make them darker. And I'm going to burn The Fifth Wave. I did really enjoy it, just not as much as the other two. I'm getting better at this. Round 9. 9. Round 9. I'm a Goldfish. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. A Sky Painted Gold by Laura Wood. I lost my voice there. Boy Snowbird by Helen Oyeyemi. Boy Snowbird by Helen Oyeyemi is being burnt. The random insertion of a transgender character for no reason other than to include a transgender character annoyed me. It was horrendously done. The book was absolutely beautiful until that point. I could have given it 4 or 5 stars. It's topped at 3 because of this horrendous ending. So then, Thug and Sky Painted Gold. Shit. You can't rewrite Thug. You can't rewrite The Hate You Give. It's not allowed. Okay, so A Sky Painted Gold. How would I rewrite? Where have I put it? I don't know where I've put it because I reorganised my shelves. It used to be there. Sky Painted Gold. What would I do differently? Is it bad if I just say that I'd write a sequel? As far as I can tell from Goodreads, when I've last checked, there's not one commissioned, and like I could quite happily have a lot more in this world. I can't think of a bad thing. Yeah, I just want more. Maybe make it longer, or do a sequel, or do like a companion book following from her sister's point of view. That's what I would do. That's how I would edit it. I'm aware I'm doing cop-outs for this. I'm trying. Okay, so now it's 10. Yes, this is round 10. Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Fangirl by Owen Burrell. Othello! Okay, so we've got Anne of Green Gables, Fangirl, and Othello. Where's Fangirl? Where the heck is Fangirl? Okay. I found A Sky Painted Gold. That really hurt my hand. Okay, I can't find Fangirl. Why did I reorganise my shelves? I will never know. I do own it, I don't know where it is. So, we've got these two, and I'll pop Fangirl's cover somewhere on here. I'm gonna burn Othello. I hate Othello. I like Shakespeare's work. I've read Romeo and Juliet in school, I've read his sonnets, which I really enjoy, I really enjoyed Macbeth, I really enjoyed A Comedy of Two Errors. I couldn't even finish this. It gets 1 star. I don't like Othello. So, the other ones are Fangirl and Anne of Green Gables. I would reread Fangirl, and despite the fact that I love Anne of Green Gables, I would edit the middle. Like the beginning middle bit, The very beginning I enjoyed, kind of getting to know Anne and getting her settled into Green Gables. The end, once she turned 13, I loved. I was obsessed. The bits in between that weren't for me, so I would shorten them down, condense them, and kind of make it more of a snapshot side of her life rather than the whole thing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've had to stop this a bit early because the camera battery's running out, so thank you for watching and I will see you guys next time.